Hi guys, I've made this quick video. I am making it in case your ads are not working and in case you're basically that. I want to walk through one of our partners, right? The thing is, he had spent 3 months. He had gotten one client. He had spent $8,000. For context, he's in Australia, by the way. And with his previous agency, even though he spent quite a bit over the 3 months, he only got one partner, and there really wasn't any sort of proper strategy for his business specifically, which was the issue. And the one on the right is just another partner of ours who basically we got a client without any ad spend, but we can let that be aside. Right now, I'm talking about the one who had a bad experience in the past. I'll also show you what we did for him because we actually 4x results in half the time. Right, we got four clients in 45 days. This is a brand new artist too, so again, right, it's not like you can't do better. 3 to 7 is normal as additional clients. I'm just showing you what can be possible for even brand new artists with very limited portfolios. Like like genuinely, like I think he had two mails done and we were targeting males. So with that type of a structure, we were able to get him four clients in 45 days. I want to show you how we were able to do that. So with the past agency, right, I want to go over the ads actually first. So this was their ad set basically. The thing is, you might have seen a lot of confusing information online about people with their amazing ad strategy and stuff, and oh, they have unique, I think, targeting or something. I don't know. I want to go over what works right now, right? First of all, whenever you're spending, you always want to look at the link CTR. Like this matters a lot, especially in our industry. And as you can see, it was spectacularly low, right? No, 1% is a normal standard. The thing is that even with a lesser than 1% CTR, it is okay as long as you're able to get in leads. But this was very expensive. These are lead forms, by the way, through Facebook. And so $65 is extremely high. I don't think you should be spending any more than 15 to 25, even with them answering more questions. So this was the biggest issue. The ads were just not good, right? And that's where the issue comes down to. If you don't have good variation in creatives, right? So the creative quality, the quantity, that is what genuinely matters. If you want the simplest answer, I don't want to get too technical in this. I just assume that you're handling your own leads or you have a company that's doing it and you're just confused why the ads are not working, the leads are not good. I want to show you this, right? The metrics that you want to look at is the link CTR, right? It just generally, in simple terms, it's the number that shows how many people click on your ad, right? And if it's a bad number like this, it's because your ad is not compelling enough. Now, there could be a few reasons because of that. It would be your offer, right? This particular client was brand new and their offer was not good, right? It was just like a generic 10% off or something. That is not a strong enough offer. Like your positioning, your experience determines that on how extreme you want to get to, right? With no offer to maybe like a 50% off, right? Like that's the sort of range that I'd suggest. And your experience, your portfolio, your results determine a lot of that. When it comes to your creative quantity and your creative quality, that also is extremely important. It always has been on Meta. And it's even more important now with the Andromeda update because you want a higher amount of quantity. Different angles to your ideal audience is what will determine Meta treating your ads as something that is to be boosted in their algorithm or it isn't, right? And beyond that, also in general, a good number that I keep in mind is like 10 to 20% of your ads are going to be winners. That's why you want to have a lot more quantity. And that was the issue here. They had very limited quantity and they were just targeting different interests, which does absolutely nothing, as you can see. So these are also the other metrics. Look at the CPM. It's just the cost that it takes to reach someone. Generally, if you're running an incongruent ad where your messaging, like your text, is not the same as the audience that you're targeting, it's not appropriate for it, that's when your CPM will go higher. And then this is just important numbers, right? You want your inquiries to be at a good number. With lead forms, we want it to be 15 to 25. If it's landing pages, It can vary anywhere from like 25 to 60. Again, depends on your offer, depends on how much you're charging, etc. etc. So your cost per consultation, because these two numbers we just want to track and see whether ads actually make sense. Now, I want to also show you the creatives, right? A bit more into their end. I can't show the actual ads just because I wanted to protect the privacy of my client, but I can show you this, right? Like they only had two images and like two videos on. That's it. Like that is not a good enough quantity, and that's why you can see some of these ads went up to $88 per lead. Some did go down to 27 or 36, but they really weren't pushed as much as they should have been. And especially for lead forms, this was high overall, right? That is why, as I mentioned before, the issue is your creative quality, quantity, strong offer. That's what you want to have in play. Now I want to show you the metrics for our for our campaign. The below one is the lead form one, right? We've been working for about 3 months, 3 4 months. That's why it's been about 1,200 per month. That's why the ad spend is about this much. It's about 3.5 months. So the previous lead form ad that we ran, we got about a $30 lead cost, right? Basically, half that immediately. Our link CTR is up to about 1%. And basically, the metrics are not bad, right? When it comes to the above ad set that we have over here, like with this number, this is how much it costs for us to get a landing page inquiry because we want it to be higher quality. And we've gotten him about 82, and I'll actually just talk about the first 45 days that we worked with him. We got him four clients, as I mentioned. So we basically 4x the results in half the time. And that's what happens when you have the right type of creative quality, quantity, and a strong offer. For some more context, I'll share one of our ads from another partner who is also a newer artist. That's why we have a more aggressive offer for him. Uh, just look at this, right? The audio might not come through though. So this again is a strong offer transparently. I think we all know that. That was a 50% off basically because he was a newer artist. We're helping him build his portfolio, and he only had, I think, three guys done before. But that type of ad quality and quantity too, because we put both images and videos, absolutely crushed it, right? At least in terms of lead cost, we got them basically like $20 landing page inquiries with people filling in information about their type of hair loss, right? I'll actually just give me a moment. Yeah, thank you. Just wanted to show you how we're able to ask how they prefer being contacted when they're looking to get SMP done. If they understand that it's SMP, their type of hair loss. So this way with a landing page inquiry, it's just much higher quality. This is one of our other partners, an SMP artist in Texas, another one. And like this is the type of inquiries we get in. This is the basically the quality, and this is why it will cost anywhere from 25 to like $60. But when you have a strong offer, good creative quality, quantity, you can get the cost down even lower, as I mentioned, to 15 to $20 with people giving you this much information. So just think about it, right? You normally have message ads where people just message you, they're not the best type of quality. The second thing is when you have a normal lead form ad on Facebook. There, if you're getting in inquiries, they will literally just give your name and phone number and they won't be able to see anything more than your lead form. So it'll just be your name, your phone number. You can ask them maybe one or two custom questions, but Meta really doesn't like that as much. And that's where a landing page like this works really well because we let them get educated about your work, your reviews. They see the they see like that it's not hair transplant, that it's SMP, and they answer these questions in the survey that we have. Hope this made sense. If you'll have specific questions or topics you would like me to talk about, just comment down below. I'll anyways be making more videos about the actual landing pages, the lead quality plus follow up also. Basically the different aspects of actually growing your SMP, PRP, or your hair transplant clinic. Thanks for watching. Oh yeah, also just leave a like though if you did like the video. I would appreciate that.